Hello everyone, my name is Jess, and today I'm going to share tips on how you can pass your demo lesson in 25 Hoon. Everything that I'll mention in this video is based from my experience. This video does not guarantee that you will pass your demo lesson, but it will give you an idea of what you think can help you. If you really want to pass your demo lesson, I do suggest that you do your own research and know what fits best for you. Tip number one, follow the instructions given. Now, if you remember in my previous video, which is tips on how you can pass your interview, I also mentioned this. Because just like in our interview, 25 Hoon will send you an email about the information that you will need in your demo. In the email, it states that the demo lesson is approximately 40 minutes long. You will conduct 2 demo lessons in the classroom. Each demo lesson is 15 minutes long, but original lessons are 25 minutes long. The email also contains steps on how to conduct the class. Step 1. Conduct a first 15-minute class. So this class is for general students. The age range is 20 to 65 years old. Step 2. Have a 5-minute break. Now during the break, you can turn off your camera and your microphone. My tip is to hydrate yourself. Drink enough water, review the lesson, and prepare the props needed. Step 3. Conduct a second 15-minute class. Now this class has a junior student, which means the age range is 6 to 15 years old. Step 4. The evaluator will notify you of your next step. Now, from my experience, the evaluator pointed the things that he liked about my demo, as well as the areas I need to improve. He also mentioned that I passed. However, I've heard other applicants that weren't able to conduct the second demo because the evaluator said so, and usually those applicants failed. So give your very best with the first class, but also the second. Aside from these steps, the email also mentioned what the evaluator wants to see in your demo. So what are those? Once the class starts, the teacher should always start with a warm greeting. Ask about the quality of the audio and the video, and if they can see the uploaded file on the whiteboard. The classroom should feel like a safe place to learn. So just simply introduce yourself and ask the student to introduce him or herself. Use this as an opportunity to build rapport with the student. This step is very important because in the demo lesson, you have to conduct 2 lessons. So you have to make sure that what material you uploaded is the correct one. Because I heard one applicant fail the demo lesson simply because she uploaded the wrong material. So be careful on uploading the correct material. When it comes to uploading the material, so this is what 25 Hoon's classroom looks like. By the way, everything that I'll show you are just photos. So the first thing that you need to do is you have to click the stacked paper icon on the right side of the whiteboard. So this is a closer look of what it looks like. After clicking that icon, this will appear. So you just have to click upload button. After clicking that button, this will appear and you just have to click this space next to type. Once you've clicked this, these options will appear. And then click PDF file to upload. Click upload file to access files in the computer. Once the desired file is chosen, edit the title of the material here. So you just have to write the name of the lesson. After changing the title, you just have to click Save button once the upload is completed, and then you're done. Now you can upload the second material the same time you upload the first material. You just have to click this plus sign here and another whiteboard will appear. So in that whiteboard, you just have to do the same process as the first one. And then after that, you have the 2 demo lessons uploaded at the same time. So again, this is what 25 Hoon's classroom looks like. Now if you click this blue button, all these tools will appear. So all of this are the tools that you will need to discuss your demo lesson. And the most used tools when conducting the class are the ones that write and erase. Now this is the pencil. Use the pencil to write. If you click on another tool, you have to click it again to be able to write with it. Next is use the pointer. This one, use the pointer to point the content. And then the next one is clear whiteboard. This one. Use the clear whiteboard button to erase everything on the page except for the lesson you've uploaded. Now you can maximize the use of the tools if you want to. You can check the tutor's manual to know the other tools. And you can attend your demo class 30 minutes prior to the demo. When it comes to unexpected scenario, it can be a lot of things, from the lesson material to the student's behavior. So my only advice is to expect the unexpected. The evaluator will observe how you deliver the lesson, depending on the student's level of comprehension and age. So be mindful of how you conduct the demo lesson to the student. Tip number 2, build rapport. I already mentioned this a while ago. About the introduction, we use this as an opportunity to build rapport. So how do we, the teachers, build rapport with students? You can simply do that by asking simple questions about the students, such as, how are you? This is the easiest way to start building your rapport. Usually the young learners will respond with, I'm fine. Then you move on to another question. Like for kids, what did you do today? What did you eat? Are you happy? With the answers that they gave you with these questions, try to relate yourself with it. For example, you ask the question, what did you eat? If the student answered, an apple, then proceed to ask, do you like apples? If the student says yes, say, me too. If the student said no, then ask, what's your favorite fruit? And with whatever answer they give you, you can respond with, me too. With this, you have already built the connection between the student. Now with adults, they usually take the initiative to tell you how they are. So whatever answer they give you, you can respond with a question related to the answer that they gave you. Then after that, you can proceed with the class. Building rapport will make it easier not only for you, but also for the student to communicate better. Tip number 3, adjust your teaching style. If the student is a young learner who is a beginner, then obviously you have to do TPR and use props more often. If the student is a young learner who is advanced, you can still use TPR and use props if you want to. But with advanced students, they will breeze through the lesson. So with them, try your best to do knowledge extension. Now, if the student is an adult who is a beginner, obviously you don't have to do TPR or use props, but you will speak less. What I mean is avoid saying unnecessary and complex sentences for beginners. Try to speak slower and say only the necessary things related to the topic. Now, if the student is an adult who is advanced, most of the time you just have free talking with the lesson guiding you. However, when it comes to the student's level, they don't usually tell you if they are beginner or advanced. So always observe their response and be mindful when it comes to conducting the lesson. Tip number 4, maximize each page of the lesson. This is actually a personal feedback that I got from the evaluator. He said that the way I delivered the lesson of each page was great, but he thought that I was rushing each one. He said that finishing the lesson is unnecessary as long as the student understood your discussion. So when it comes to discussing, before you move on to the next page, ask the student a question. Also, side note, when it comes to checking the student's comprehension, never ask the question, did you understand? Or do you have any questions? Instead, ask them a question related to the topic that you have just discussed. Tip number 5, use the chat box. So if you read the manual, it was mentioned that you can use the chat box not only to communicate with the student, but also use it as a notepad to write feedbacks about the student's performance. I think this one is important since this is also somewhat your way of giving your feedback if you don't have enough time to give them their feedback. So those were my 5 personal tips. Hopefully my tips and this video has helped you a bit when it comes to your application in 25 Foon. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, you can comment it down below. I'll gladly answer your question. And if you think that this video was helpful, I am going to post more videos related to ESL and other things. So if you're interested to know more about that, please subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button to know when I upload. Since I don't have an So that was it. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.